No SD card. Recording.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is October 6th, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, or is it 7? No, 8 o'clock in the morning. Getting ready, well, not getting ready, I'm actually riding to North Augusta, South Carolina, where my son Eric and his wife Elizabeth live. You might recall that their house was severely damaged by the storm. I'm going to see what they've gotten done so far, offer up whatever support we can. But it looks like the insurance company's coming through, and they've got a home for them to move into just a mile away while their place gets renovated. Anyway, so that's really good news. We're going to go. My wife's driving up from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm leaving here from Florence, South Carolina. We've got about a 132 miles to go. Should be there around 10 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to go to the state fair, apparently, kind of have a little bit of normalcy. So today is going to be a fun day. Just going to be for 200 or 100, 140 mile bike ride. Meet up with my wife and spend time with the family. Just kind of get away from what's been going on. Okay, so up until this point, I've not seen any damage. Just saw 1-2 trees. Now you can really start seeing where the wind came out of the southwest, and here's all these trees down as we're just outside of Augusta, Georgia. Just was wondering when I'd start seeing damage. I noticed a lot of rain. The rivers were really overflown, but this is the first wind damage, and the storm just was supposed to go to the west of Augusta, and they were not prepared for it to slam right into them. And you could tell, it just stirred at them. And I'll be interested to see what other damage is in town. Okay.
All right, here I am arriving at Eric's neighborhood. The neighborhood itself really wasn't hit too terribly bad. Eric was one of the unfortunate ones that had a tree blow down and hit his roof. But it was like that in Augusta and a lot of different storms. One neighborhood's fine, one house is fine, one house is bad, and that's what happened. You do see a lot of debris as we pull in on either side of the street where people are bringing out the dead trees and whatnot from their yards. The city would come by later and pick that up for them. Very well organized. Eric's house is coming up right in front of us there at the end of the cul-de-sac. And beautiful little house. It's my first time seeing it, unfortunately, with all the damage. He's done a tremendous amount of work. You can see all the debris he pulled out of his yard right over here, and put a big blue tarp over the top of his roof. Him and Elizabeth have just been working so hard since this incident happened. I could not be more proud of the two of them and how well they've handled it. They have lovely neighbors that have been feeding him, helping him out, and the difficult times bring out the best in people, and that's what I saw in Eric and Elizabeth and his neighbors. So a lot of damage, but they're going to recover. I arrived there to find the kids had just found a little baby turtle, and they were excited for their new friend, and they just had a sense of normalcy even with the disaster all around them. Hello, everybody. Olaf here, talking to you from Augusta, South Carolina, north of Augusta, South Carolina, at my son's house. And he's recovering from the hurricane. Helena, see his damage to his roof. The master bedroom is right there. The tree hit 10 feet away from there and did a tremendous amount of damage. And it's going to be a while for their recovery. The good news is they've got a house. The insurance company's got them a house just a mile away to live in until they get the repairs done. But yeah, the hurricane was horrible. I can show you the tree that came down is this tree right here. You see the top of it where it broke off, and then it fell like 20, 30 feet onto the roof. And that's their master bedroom, and just a few degrees to the right, and that would have hit their master bedroom. So very, very lucky. Anyway, so I was scheduled to leave day after tomorrow down to start heading to Key West. And that's just not going to happen. If you look at the news, I'll put a picture of Hurricane Milton. That's going to be a Category 3 in the middle of Florida, in the middle of my ride. So I'm not going to be stupid and try to go through a hurricane. So the Four Corners ride is done. I'm not going to be able to complete it to go to Key West. I will go to Florida either tomorrow or maybe on Tuesday. It just depends on how. I'm not going to push it. I probably should leave tomorrow. Go to Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and then head west on 10. Apologize for not finishing it, but I'm not going to be crazy. So adjust plan. I'm going to go out west, maybe to Moab or the just other areas out there that I've never been to, and get to California and then work my way up to the Lincoln High School reunion. So I'm still going to be talking about Global Roots, still going to be talking about that Others May Live Foundation, but right now not going to get the t-shirt for the Four Corners ride, and that's okay. Alrighty, you guys have a good day.
All right, so I'm riding with my son.
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn to merge onto I-20 west toward Atlanta.
We're in North Augusta, South Carolina, and we're going to go over to Georgia.
Take a slight right turn.
Terrible traffic. Goodness. So that's Eric on his BMW 700 GS. Looking pretty good. There's a traffic jam on the highway, so that's going to be another pleasant thing. We just can't win. We were at his house, and his two dogs found some form of goo and ripped into it, and we were trying to figure out what the heck is that smell. And the dog said, oh, ripped open a bag of some food that had been apparently eggs or something that had been outside for a week in the heat, and they opened it. Oh my gosh, it was the most god-awful smell. Anyway, we figured out where that was, so we had to clean that. Of course, I got it all over I was wearing my motorcycle gear, so now I got to go wash that because it just stinks. But anyway, we're going over to their friend's house for the night, and then in the morning I'm going to get up and go to Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It's going to be dry there. Jacksonville's a no-go. It's raining really hard. Hurricane Milton is bearing down on Florida, being the central Florida. That's why I've canceled the whole corner of Key West. Just is not smart. So go to Fort Walton, and then I'm going to research new route going back. I was thinking of going to Monuments Valley to see that. Maybe go a little bit more north, get cooler. Go through Albuquerque.
In about 19 miles, take the exit onto Appling Harlem Highway.
So tomorrow's Fort Walton. Next day, maybe go up to Nashville, or not, Memphis, Tennessee, and then Albuquerque, something like that. All right. Oh, it's a beautiful night. Yeah, I taught my son to ride motorcycles. I think it was like 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's pretty awesome. He didn't know how to use a clutch or anything. We did it in parking lot of a abandoned Shopco, that had closed. He was riding my little Victory Gunner in the parking lot. It was like taking your kid to learn him how to ride a bike for the first time. It took a while. He just had so much fun. He went and bought a Triumph 800 and got his motorcycle certification, and decided the Triumph wasn't the right bike for him. And I had bought this 700 that he's riding right now, and he really liked that 700, so we swapped. I took his Triumph, and he's got the 700 now, and I sold the Triumph, and helped me buy this bike. I got a good deal for it. That 700 is just an awesome little bike. Yeah, I got to use it a lot for after the hurricane hit because there's no power to the gas stations. It was very difficult to find gas. Well, that didn't need much gas, and the mileage on it's like 60 miles a gallon, so that really helped them get around after the hurricane hit.